Once upon a time, there lived Ikenna and Obiefuna. Ikenna and Obiefuna were two brothers from different mothers who were very close. They grew up together in the same community and they always looked out for each other. They were both from the royal family. When they were old enough, they both got married and had children. They were both successful in their various businesses, and they stood out as one of the rich and influential young men in the community. They were well respected and loved for their benevolence. Ikenna had two boys, while Obiefuna did not have many children. However, Ikenna did not know that his wife, Chioma, had been cheating on him with Obiefuna, and that the two boys were not his biological children. Chioma and Obiefuna had known themselves after IKEM got married to her. She found Obi attractive, and they began to see each other often and often when IKEM was away from the house. Obiefuna knew about the children, and he was planning to use it against his brother to become the next king. He knew that it was an abomination to sleep with another man's wife, especially from the royal family. But he was willing to take the risk and do whatever it takes to become the next king. One day, the king of the community died, and according to tradition, the new king must be a man who has a wife and a male child, and who has a good reputation in the community. Obiefuna knew that this was his chance, so he decided to act. He was afraid of the outcome of his actions, but he was ambitious to become the king. Obiefuna decided to seek the advice of a respected elder in the community. The elder was a good friend to their late father. He told the elder his ambition to become king, and how he had been secretly sleeping with his brother's wife, and how his brother's two boys were his. The elder was shocked to hear about it. He immediately told him that it was an abomination to sleep with another man's wife, and it was a punishable offense, and in most cases, they can be stoned to death if the husband of the woman so wishes. Even though the elder told him about the danger of what he has gotten himself into, especially as he was from a royal family, Obiefuna refused to listen to the elder's warning. He was determined to tell everyone that his brother's children were his own, and that he wasn't qualified to rule as he did not have a child to be his heir. On the day of the selection, Obiefuna stood up and announced that he was the rightful heir to the throne. He told the elders of the village that IKEM was not the biological father of his children, and that he was therefore ineligible to be king. He said that he had proof, and he offered to show it to them. The elders were shocked by Obiefuna's accusation, but they agreed to hear him out. Obiefuna then proceeded to produce a letter that Chioma had written to him, confessing her love for him and admitting that she had been cheating on Ikenna. The selection was suspended until they had gotten the entire fact about the matter. They summoned Chioma to the council and questioned her. She shamefully agreed to Obiefuna's claim that the children were not her husband's biological children. The others were disgusted by Choma's betrayal. This kind of situation has not occurred before in the history of the village. But they agreed that Ikenna was not the rightful heir to the throne. They declared Obiefuna to be the new king, and he was duly crowned. But his punishment was that the people refused to attend his coronation ceremony. It wasn't a joyous occasion as it used to be. There was no royal parade for him as well. It was just him and the kingmakers. Ikenna was devastated by the news. He could not believe that his wife had betrayed him. And he was even more upset that he has lost the chance to be king. He decided to leave the village and start a new life elsewhere. Obiefuna was now king, but he was not without his own problems. He knew that the villagers would never forget what he had done, and he would always be haunted by the knowledge that he had taken the throne from his own brother. He tried to rule the village wisely and justly, but he could never quite shake the feeling that he was not the rightful king. He also had to deal with the constant threat of rebellion from the villagers who were loyal to Ikenna. Obiefuna ruled the village for many years, but he was never truly happy. He always felt like an outsider, and he never really felt like he belonged. He died a lonely man, haunted by the ghosts of his past. Ikenna eventually found peace in a new village. He married again and had more children. And he eventually forgot about the betrayal of his former wife. He lived a long and happy life, and he died peacefully in his sleep. The story of Ikenna and Obiefuna is a cautionary tale about the dangers of ambition. Obiefuna was willing to do what it takes to become king, even if it meant betraying his own brother. In the end, he achieved his goal, but he paid a heavy price. He lost the love and respect of his people, and he died a lonely and unhappy man. The story also shows that the importance of family can never be underestimated. Ikenna was devastated when he learned that his wife had betrayed him, but he eventually found peace in a new family. He learned that family is more important than anything else in life.